YouTube? I'm Cullum Costello, checking back in. We've taken a little break, and we're going to get back to pumping out some content on YouTube. During my break, I've learned a few new ways of investing and making passive income, and I'd like to share those with you, so stick around and please like and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in learning about ways to make money. Now let's get into it. Alright you guys, if you've been involved in the stock market over the past couple years, you know that stocks have been a tough hold. It's just not the market we saw back in 2020 and hold diamond hand everything to the moon and everything stocks go up and up and up. It's a trader's market lately and you gotta learn how to take profits. But in this video, we're talking about something that is easy to hold. We're not going to talk about stocks in this video, as I do have some upcoming stock videos, as I do see a lot of deals out there. But in this video, I'm going to talk about something that's very easy to hold. I'm talking about saving money. Real money. I'm talking about this stuff. And here we have some precious metals. A little bit of silver and a little bit of gold, some AG, some AU. Precious metals for me are not an investment that I'm buying to have it shoot to the moon and make me rich over the next couple weeks. Precious metals to me are a way of saving money and holding actual value. I like precious metals for the sheer fact that this is real money. It will hold value. It's not going to go to zero. The US dollar, if you're saving the US dollar, is a fiat currency. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. Alright you guys, now we're going to learn what a fiat currency is. Now, the US dollar is a fiat currency. I'm not saying the US dollar, you should just throw them all out and go running and buying silver and gold and never save the US dollar. You do need an emergency fund of US dollars, as that's what we use to get goods and services. You can't just go on down to 7-Eleven and buy a Slurpee with a chunk of silver. They just won't, or maybe they will, but chances are you're better off using the US dollar. Now let's learn about a fiat currency. Check this out. Fiat money is a government-issued currency that is not backed by a physical commodity such as gold or silver, but rather by the government that issued it. The US dollar is considered to be both fiat money and legal tender, accepted for private and public debts. Legal tender is basically any currency that a government declares to be legal. Many governments issue a fiat currency, then make it legal tender by setting it as the standard for debt repayment. Earlier in US history, the country's currency was backed by gold and in some cases silver. The federal government stopped allowing citizens to exchange currency for government gold with the passage of the Emergency Banking Act of 1933. The gold standard, which backed US currency with federal gold, ended completely in 1971 when the US also stopped issuing gold to foreign governments in exchange for US currency. Since that time, US dollars are known to be backed by full faith and credit of the US government. Legal tender for all debts, public and private, but not redeemable in lawful money at the United States Treasury or at any Federal Reserve Bank, as printing on US dollar bills used to claim. In this sense, US dollars are now legal tender rather than lawful money, which can be exchanged for gold, silver, or any other commodity. So fiat currency is a currency that is not backed by a physical commodity such as gold or silver, but by the government that issued it. The value of the fiat currency is derived between the relationship of supply and demand and the stability of the issuing government. Fiat currency gives central banks greater control over the economy because they can control how much money is being printed. You can't just print a bar of silver. This has to be mined. This has actual value and will always hold its value. If they overprint and overprint money, then we have a hyperinflation that could occur, and this has happened in other countries that have used fiat currencies. Now let's take a look at the actual speech of Nixon back on August 15th, 1971, when he pulled the dollar off the gold standard.
In the past 7 years, there's been an average of one international monetary crisis every year. Now, who gains from these crises? Not the working man, not the investor, not the real producers of wealth. The gainers are the international money speculators. Because they thrive on crises, they help to create them. In recent weeks, the speculators have been waging an all-out war on the American dollar. The strength of a nation's currency is based on the strength of that nation's economy. And the American economy is by far the strongest in the world. Accordingly, I have directed the Secretary of the Treasury to take the action necessary to defend the dollar against the speculators. I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets, except in amounts and conditions determined to be in the interest of monetary stability and in the best interest of the United States.
And from that day forward, August 15th, 1971, our U.S. Federal Reserve currency, which all the other world currencies are pegged to, the U.S. dollar, became a fiat currency. That was just a temporary order 52 plus temporary years ago. So if I'm going to save money, I'm going to save real money, which is silver or gold. It holds an actual value. Now, what do I like better, silver or gold? I love gold. It's baller. It's a sign of wealth. I'm ecstatic about gold. Don't get me wrong.
I love gold.
But right now, I truly love silver a lot more than gold because one, it has monetary value, and two, it also has industrial value. And it's fairly undervalued right now if you look to the gold to silver ratio. When the gold to silver ratio is above 80, then that means silver is really undervalued towards gold. So it's a good idea to buy silver if you're buying either of the two. Never a bad idea to buy gold though. So now let's take a look at some charts. We'll see what the price action of silver and gold have been doing over the past couple weeks. Here we're looking at the daily candlestick chart for gold, which means each of these candles represent how gold traded on one day. As we can see, back in November, we broke out of a downtrend and gold has been trending upward ever since. Gold has been putting in higher highs and higher lows, as you can see those blue lines I drew there, which are the stair steps up, but we're kind of breaking out of that trend. Last week, gold had a big day where it pulled back, and now it's putting in a spinning bottom, which means it could reverse and break back to the upside. I'll be watching the selling volume to see if it eases up, and watch the daily candles to see if we can put in a higher high and higher low. But if you're buying gold, you're not really caring about the everyday price action. You just keep buying gold. And here we are now looking at the daily candlestick chart for silver. Silver was in a downtrend also until November, and we see it broke out, and it's kind of been trading sideways up until last week where it had a big down day, and now it's looking to fill a gap around 2150. I'd be looking around 2150 to see if it holds that area as support and maybe reverses back to the upside. This is what I'm doing if I'm looking to trade paper contracts. If I'm buying silver and I'm just dollar cost averaging, which is what I said that I like to do, I just keep buying silver no matter what the price is and hold on to it. I'm not looking to sell it anytime soon. I mean, let's just take one more look at some beautiful silver. This is real actual money. It holds wealth. This is not a paper debt note. If you're looking to pick up some precious metals, some silver, gold, platinum, or whatever blows your hair back, check out SD Bullion, Monument Metals, or Scottsdale Silver. Please note that in no way, shape, or form am I affiliated with SD Bullion, Monument Metals, or Scottsdale Silver. They're just a few safe places I've used to purchase precious metals. Now do me a favor in the comments section down below. Let me know if you're into silver or gold, which one you prefer out of the two. Let me know if you're a stacker, a collector, or if you're interested in getting into it. I love hearing from each and every one of you, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. Till next time, you guys, I'm Cullen Costello. Now hit that subscribe button, tap that thumbs up, and go out and get some real money.